This is Bethany School in the southeastern county of Kent. Patrick Sung, Alan Chung, Raffle Choi and William Wong from Hong Kong arrived together in early September.
You go with Mr. Nichols.
親愛的爸爸媽媽子子，你們好嗎？我喺呢度已經過咗2個禮拜，距離返香港嘅日期仲有12個禮拜，都唔知點樣等先至係。比起香港呢度，雖然啲環境靚好多，但係都係最中意香港，可以同你哋一齊食飯，一齊瞓覺，一齊睇電視。
After more than a month in England, William remains homesick. He looks forward to his vacation when he can go back to Hong Kong. Lessons have become a bore for William, who can't understand what's being taught.
人哋知道晒一節噏乜，我淨係要查字典，喺度查到夠鐘啦，都未查完，真係唔知佢課書講乜咯。
William says every time his parents write or call, they keep reminding him to work hard. He regards this as a kind of pressure and is worried that he might not meet his parents' expectations. This is one of the rare moments when William can be seen with a smile. He's just received a large package from home. It may not be as good as being back in Hong Kong, but he is overjoyed.
呢盒有咁大盒嘅？
公雞麵。
哇！一年都寄俾你啊？
係啊。
點解啊？
夜晚呢度好少嘢食，我嗰陣時冇得食。
離開屋企嗰個滋味係咪好似你想象中咁樣啊？
慘好多。例如食飯嗰陣時唔可以一齊啦，成日都聽唔到佢哋把聲。
你想象中離開屋企係點樣㗎？
至多好似宿營咁咋，即係過一陣咁就翻去咁。
嚇！咁而家似唔似啊？
完全唔似，要同屋企人分開咁耐。
你而家覺得好耐啦？
咗成10幾個禮拜先翻得去。
當初你冇諗住分開係咁難嘅？
嗰時喺香港，成日同家姐鬧交啊，即係一唔開心就兩個打交啊咁咯。
做乜嘢？係啊，有冇沖涼㗎？濕咗少少，先係咁。好濕啊！
When the housemaster put Alan, Raffle and Patrick in the same room, he intended to let the 3 Hong Kong students keep each other company so that they wouldn't feel too lonely, but it doesn't seem to have worked. After all, they're still kids who need the care of the families.
夜晚真係好靜，佢哋個個瞓晒覺咧，我瞓唔着嗰時咧就覺得好悶咯，對住呢2個細路仔，即係唔係大人唔可以照顧我咯，所以就覺得冇人照顧咁樣咯。爸爸媽媽唔喺附近啊，咁咪喊咯，喺個被竇度喊咯。
點解啊？費
事嘈醒佢哋2個啦，係咪
Alright, you ready for bed?
Yes.
Have a wash? Yes. Done your teeth?
Yes.
Alright then. Night everyone.
上 DLS 嗰陣，我放晒啲嘢儲咗喺度，你推走我，跟住我幾時推走你啊？你講咩啊？咩啊？真唔得啊！講我唔打，你打我先咯。呢啲咁嘅人要唔要把咧 rubbish 嚟嘅？
係咪一齊住好難啊？
好辛苦添啊！我哋2個容易，佢啊難啊，落地獄啊，好似。你落啦，快啲啊！都唔知幾開心啊！你個鬧鐘鬧我啫。我有權整鬧鐘嘅，你唔好出聲。係啊，阿崔先生，你冇權搞我啦咁。咁你又話俾聲我搞你啊
Instead of helping each other out, the 3 roommates can hardly stand each other's presence, resulting in numerous complaints. The housemaster says this is all part of the process we call growing up.
It's something that they're not used to doing. They're either the number 1 child in the house or the youngest child in the house, but to suddenly become a member of a house with 16 boarders and 10 day boys where they're all the same age, so they're all vying for their position, their role in life. And some will become leaders and some will become followers. But at this stage, everybody is pushing to be in front of everybody else. So there's conflict. But I think it's the way of life. And I think it's obviously the hardest part for the boys to cope with.
To these boys from Hong Kong, the days in boarding school seem to wear on like years. Patrick and William say they've thought of giving up and going home, but they haven't got the courage to tell their families.
你估佢哋反應點啊？
唔知啊，
你希望佢哋有咩反應啊？
我哋梗係話唔俾嘅咯。
你希望咧？
俾咯。
俾你翻香港？
嚇。
要唔要我翻去同佢哋講下？好啊。我應該點樣講啊？我見到你媽媽咁，我點樣？你教我啦，點樣話俾你媽媽聽？你喺呢度嘅生活？
我可憐啊！日日都喊咁口翻學，呢啲咯。
Most students studying abroad prefer to tell their families only the good news and gloss over the unhappy moments. The reasoning is that because they're so far apart, passing along the bad news would only make it harder on their loved ones.
Hello. Yes, you're through to Childline. Yes, you're speaking to a counsellor. How can I help you?
Last year, a voluntary agency in London set up a special hotline for students in boarding schools. Within half a year, more than 1,000 boarding students sought help through the service.
The children told us that they would not necessarily tell their parents, they would not tell their teachers, and the reason they said was that they didn't know what would happen, or they felt ashamed. Their parents were paying for them to go to boarding school, so they had to behave well and they couldn't let their parents down.
According to the agency, boarding students face several common problems. On a serious level, some report they've been bullied or sexually harassed. Indeed, the hotline itself was set up following complaints that some students had been sexually harassed by their principal and teachers. Several students in a boarding school in southern England had reportedly met with the same fate. In the end, the school closed down and its principal was sent to prison along with 2 teachers. At long last is Christmas. Soon, the students from Hong Kong will go home on vacation. As the English winter approaches and the days grow shorter, the students at Bethany prepare to wind up their first term.
What are you going to say about your first term at Bethany? Let's have some ideas.
The teacher has asked them to write an essay on my first term at Bethany. Raffle, Patrick and Alan are all critical in their remarks.
Give me some ideas.
Is Bethany very bad?
Why?
Because I don't like the food.
Right, okay. What about the boarding house?
Too uncomfortable. Yes, too old. Yes.
Not by English standard, it's not. Might be by Hong Kong. What are you going to say about the people?
People not very nice.
Oh.
Always bully.
Kind.
Raffle finds it difficult to say even one good thing about Bethany.
Nothing. Nothing.
Pardon? Come on, one good thing. What do you like best? Sport? Do you like sport?
No.
No. What do you like?
The classroom.
Classrooms?
Yeah.
Why?
Very big.
Ah, okay. Patrick, one good thing.
Bethany School is very big.
Big, you like it, lots of people.
Not lots of people, just big.
Seeing that Patrick, Alan and Raffle simply couldn't mix, the housemaster finally decided to split them up a month ago. Since being reassigned to different rooms, they've actually managed to get along better than before.
以前3個一齊喺度瞓，夜晚講有時會講到發火，又可能打交啊。但係而家分開咗就冇傾偈，就即係冇咁多嗌霎啊，就啲事就會少啲咯。未分房之前咧，有時係你搞嗰啲嘢，有時我搞嗰啲。而家大家分咗房，就大家唔搞大家，同埋有時係。咁你嗰陣你都有啊？你有我間房搞我部 game gear 啊？你有嗰次點計？你又有入我間房度搞嗰啲嘢，我唔記得啊。有咩？你俾我入去，我咪入去咯。上次我入 Matron 嗰間 room 嗰時啦，你都攞衫啫嘛。我入 Matron 嗰陣時啊，你入咗我間房啊。
即係而家都仲係有拗撬啦。
有時唔係咁多，唔係咁多咯，好好多啊。不過嗌下又諗落都係停翻好啲。係啊，對，大家要對住差唔多要六年咯。佢6年，我7年啊。費事咁搞法咧。係啊，就唔可以話樣樣都係自己先咁，因為以前喺屋企就根本冇咩人可以讓啦，咁樣樣都係食先啊咁樣。但係而家要讓咧就唔同話而家喺屋企咯。
Life in boarding school is a highly disciplined routine that requires students to live as a group. Raffle says he hasn't been able to adjust to the regimen at all.
我唔中意好多人一齊，我覺得好煩多人。如果對人哋唔好就話黑心啦，係嘛？但係對人好，但係又對唔到自己，好難做咯。我覺得好麻煩咯。
你唔中意同埋其他嘅小朋友一齊學識點樣同人相處？
唔中意啊！我寧願自己一個學識好過啦。佢哋學識佢哋嘅事啫。咁大家佢中意學識咪學咯，但係隨便是第一個人去學識都得咁啊。幾時學，喺邊度學都得。我中意自己一個人學。寄宿生活好苦困咯，成日俾人困住咯，樣樣都要限住人哋做啲嘢。
Raffle has suffered a relapse of his skin allergy. To make matters worse, he's allergic to the prescribed medication, and a rash has appeared all over his body. The doctor says it's partly psychological.
Yes, but I think it may have been also that you were quite homesick, weren't you? When I saw you last week, you were feeling a bit sort of, Yeah. And I think it may have been that you were upset and you were tired.
Raffle is staying in the sanatorium for the time being to receive proper care.
租咗嚟呢度就好似好舒服咯，就係冇咁多人，冇幾耐就覺得好悶，掛住阿媽阿爸，點解唔照顧我冇？即係佢唔可以，即係唔喺度照顧我咯。喺香港成日睇住我，喺度幫我搽藥膏，做乜嘢點樣做？呢度佢講英文同我要做乜嘢咁樣咯。 有時又唔識聽。
咁你覺得自己可唔可以照顧自己啊？
都可以，但係十分之困難。我都唔係好大，就自己要顧咁多樣嘢，返學食嘢、執嘢，自己搞掂晒所有嘢。但係平時做唔到啲嘢又俾人鬧。雖然喺香港都俾人鬧，但係呢度做啲嘢樣樣都要做，就覺得好困難。
When the term began, William missed his family very much. He's now basically adapted to boarding school life, even managing to make a lot of friends at the ping-pong table. Nevertheless, he finds little in common between himself and his non-Chinese schoolmates.
How is Dawn treating you? Don't know? No. You got many friends?
Not many.
William and Jamie have become close friends. They're talking about jokes aimed at the school's Chinese students, and Jamie tells him to take it easy.
For example, at the very beginning of this term, some people say ching, ching, ching. Always. When I pass them, he just say ching, ching, ching.
And they're not really trying to hurt you, they're just having a bit of fun, if you like. A bit of stupid fun. I get teased because I'm small. You ignore it, you've got to learn to ignore it.
I've tried, but I can't.
You've tried? Got to try harder.
It's difficult. 之前未諗過有種種歧視，即係唔知道佢哋會憎啲中國人或者唔中意啲中國人咯。但係嚟咗之後就發覺原來係有嘅，好似上次咁行下一路有啲人無端端講啲真係歧視中國人嗰啲説話咯。
講啲乜嘢？
清清清，成日都係咁。好似你哋呢度讀書係唔啱嘅，呢度係英國，你係中國人應該喺翻香港度讀書，唔應該嚟呢度咁咯。
Alan doesn't have very many close friends either, but not because of racial problems. They simply can't get along.
我諗唔到啲英國中一啲學生同香港中一啲學生啲思想完全唔同。根本佢哋好似 BB 咁玩埋嗰啲嘢，都唔知點解佢哋成日打交嘅。咁咪玩下玩到興晒咁就打交啊！跟住咧又打傷又俾 housemaster 鬧，成日都係咁。
Alan sums up boarding school life in one word: boring. He does little else in his quarters apart from studying and sleeping. To while away the time, Patrick sometimes goes for a walk in the park. Back in Hong Kong, he had longed for a chance to go anywhere he liked. But here in England, he finds it less than enjoyable.
有嘢做嗰時就唔會嚟呢度啊，係就係悶到逼不得已至嚟，周圍行嚟行去，漫無目的咁行咯。即係地方大，未必係一件好事嚟咯。
After morning service on Sundays, the students get time off. Those living near Bethany return home to spend the day with their families. But to Patrick, Sunday is particularly lonely and seems to be the longest day of the week.
咁睇到佢哋走晒入咪望下佢哋咯，望下之後咪走咗去玩咯。咁費事自己望到自己冇得走，費事自己掛住自己爸爸媽媽咁咯。
With half the students away, those from Hong Kong have no choice but to stay together.
喂，過嚟！聽聞你琴日俾人鬧係咪啊？做咩事啊你？
死咗啊！
成日雞曳啦，死講。
又做咩打交你？
冇啊，唔係啊，嗰啲 friend 仔打。
Form 6 student Lester, who's regarded as a big brother among them, describes his room as something of a nursery. Every Sunday afternoon, almost all the students from Hong Kong pay him a visit.
佢有時都嚟揾我咯，因為佢真係除咗我之外，都冇乜邊個可以揾到除我之外，因為我以前都嘗試過，冇人幫我知尾，唔想日日睇住人哋好似我以前咁咯，即係唔想佢哋行錯路啊，或者行啲難嘅路咯。有啲細嘅成日都要嚟問我嘢，點解佢問我嘢？因為佢自己都解決唔到問題。咁如果你揾到班好嘅人，咁當然好啦，可以幫佢好嘅。如果但係你揾到班唔好嘅，咁咪帶壞佢咯。佢只會隨波逐流，跟住人哋想講，佢話乜嘅興乜嘅，佢咪跟咁咯。人食煙嘅食煙咯，吸毒吸毒咯。但係如果你跟到好嘅，咁冇問題咯。所以我覺得好 risky 咯，你始終太細個啦。
Both Alan and Raffle agree that it pays to know more senior students. When the term began, they had to rush and queue up at a tuck shop for snacks as soon as they heard the bell for recess. But that's become a thing of the past, now that they know some of their seniors.
初時見到食房嗰啲可以買快啲咁啊，開始要想識下佢哋，咁諗落識下就或者遲啲可以幫手咁咯。
咁點解唔自己排咧？
好長啊！之前又打尖，係咯，有時等到埋去都要話上堂。不過而家識咗好多識房就唔同，好似3個企喺度已經差唔多2個已經識嘅。
佢哋都幾好人，可以幫我哋買下嘢，幫下有人蝦我哋都可以幫下我哋咁咯。
What did Normans build when they first arrived?
After 3 months of training, they've overcome their initial difficulties in understanding English. Although still unable to show as much initiative as the other students, they can at least answer questions in class.
Patrick, what does that tell us?
The first time they built the castle is made of wood and easily give the army set on fire.
Yes, good.
To many boarding schools in England, Hong Kong students are overly anxious about marks and attach too much importance to academic results at the expense of participation in group activities. Alan, Patrick and Raffle, however, are quickly attracted to the school's many fascinating activities.
喺香港，我最集中嘅堂都係中英數啊嗰啲，根本冇咩時間，冇咩堂去學呢啲咁嘅嘢。呢啲都可以話有啲見識嘅。起碼我以前都唔知點樣整呢啲木啊，點樣先整入去圓滑啊咁樣，而家先識咯。
讀書都要重要，但係平時有啲娛樂就做下第二樣嘅嘢，但係都令自己開心咯，就覺得幾好喺度讀書。
1、2、3、4、5、6。
呢個時間表你自己做㗎？係。點解㗎？點睇啊？
今年嘅11月、12月14號就係返香港紅色嗰笪，橙色嗰啲就係假期。1月6號紅色就係返英國。
咁你返到香港咧，可能好多人會問你寄宿生活係點㗎嘛？想問下你意見，你會點講俾佢聽啊？
多數都唔會俾意見，叫佢哋試下，費事嚇親佢哋。或者我唔中意嗰啲，佢哋中意啊。
我唔會贊成第一句就，第二句就話幾好，不過就唔攞個藉口嚟講話呢度學費非常之貴。
要考慮下先啊，唔好話即刻要嚟啊咁，要考慮下有好多壞處，就唔會話十全十美，唔可以輕易信別人嘅。佢哋講嘢未必真實嘅。
叫佢再考慮下，會唔會中意自己一個人嘅，咁就唔係好好咯喺度。如果真係好活躍嗰啲細路，我諗佢嚟呢度幾好我諗。
你自己咧又點打算啊？
同媽咪爸爸講， 講睇下第日仲喺咪嗰度咯，因為自己唔中意呢度嘛。如果唔係無端自己唔中意呢度，翻去講話好開心，日日都喺度笑咁樣，翻到嚟就自己成日都唔開心嘅。
事實上就係唔係咁真係唔係咁好，但係都過得去，所以咪唔同佢哋講咯。因為想繼續留喺度啊嘛。
即係你都願意繼續留喺度？點解咧？
因為有時即係覺得空閒啲咯。但係諗翻起喺香港，如果係讀中一咁已經教啲好深嘅數學啊，有好多功課，但係呢度一日最多都係得2樣嘅啫，所以都係諗留翻喺度好啲。
我嚟呢度就讀書，但係我都覺得呢度讀書都幾好。雖然就住就唔係好好，但係讀到 Form 7，我諗返香港睇下有咩做嗰時就唔使再捱生活咯。如果可以就話，
因為我講過話嚟呢度7年㗎嘛，係我自己提出㗎。係我自己提出，我諗過好多次，點解我自己要後悔啊？
Going to school alone thousands of miles away from home may be a frustrating experience for a child, is an ordeal which its parents cannot share.